Did reunification come up? Did humanitarian issues come up in the meeting?
Yes, it did. And one of the things I will tell you that I'm most happy about, and that, as you know, is a big sticking point, is bringing back the remains of thousands of soldiers that were killed.
This came up last minute. This wasn't...
This was sort of last minute, yeah. I said, would it be possible? Because I get letters all the time from families who lost a son, lost a brother, lost a father in Korea. That was a rough fight.
Right.
And they were buried along the roadways. They were buried as, you know, soldiers going back and forth into battle, and they were burying them along roadways. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, please, please, could you do it? I get so many letters from people who lost a loved one in North Korea, essentially, in North Korea.
Right.
And I would say, I'm going to try. And I brought it up, and I'll tell you what, it was almost immediate. Now, in the past, you couldn't even talk about it. Mm-hmm. But it was really a nice response.
How quickly did you talk about a trip to the United States? Did you talk about...
I think at the right time, he'll absolutely be coming to the White House, yeah. Look, it's been a very intense relationship. It's been short and very intense, and of course before that it was pretty rhetorical. It was, not a pretty thing. People were very worried, but without that I don't think we would have been here today. He wants to get something done. I want to get something done. I think we'll get it done, and we started off by really a very strong document. I think people are surprised to see it. They're shocked to see it. And then add some more things that we got after that was signed. Mm-hmm.
And so can you give us maybe a glimpse into what you keep sort of referring a little bit to things that will be coming?
I just think that we are now going to start the process of denuclearization of North Korea. And I believe that he's going back and will start it virtually immediately. And he's already indicated that. And you look at what he's done. So we got our hostages back, but they've blown up one of their sites, one of their testing sites, their primary testing site. In fact, some people say their only testing site. They're getting rid of a missile, which isn't in the document that was done afterwards. They're getting rid of a missile testing site. They're doing so much now. So it's a process, and it's really moving rapidly.
Last question, because I know you have a lot to do. Obviously, he wants something on his end. Certainly, he wants the world community, wants sanctions lifted. He wants economic opportunity, and his people need it desperately. There are people starving there. So I guess the question is the order. What would he have to do to get the sanctions lifted, to get the economic opportunity opened up for the people?
Well, what he wants is security, and I understand that, and he'll get that. And he wants to see if they can make that incredible location, because it's incredible. It's between China and South Korea. Think of it. I'm in the real estate business. Think of that. You have this prosperous South Korea.
Trump Tower, maybe the first thing.
How good a location is that? You have China, and you have South Korea, and he's got right in the middle of both of them, surrounded by water. Okay, that's called like. Can there be anything better than that? And it's also beautiful land. It's incredible land. So I think he understands that. I told him about that today, and I think he really understands it. And
the Chinese
wants to make it great.
They're involved. The South Koreans, the Japanese.
I think so. I think, look, China can't be thrilled about a very strong group of people having nuclear missiles with great capability right next to them. So I really do believe they are. They were very, very helpful. I think maybe a little bit less so in the last 2 or 3 months, because we're talking about trade and other things. And, nothing's going to interfere with my relationship with President Xi, because I have great respect for him. He's really a great man in a true sense. He's a great man.
One of the best stories you tell, and it's an interesting story, historically speaking, is you were having dessert with him.
That's right, at Mar-a-Lago, chocolate cake.
You remember?
And I said,
this was after Assad had used chemical weapons on his own people.
That's right.
And you had launched the first strike.
I said, Mr. President, we just sent 58 missiles into Syria to hit a certain target. And he said, please say it again, with his interpreter. I said, we just sent 58 missiles in. By the way, to show you the technology, every single one of those missiles from 700 miles away in the ocean, ships in the ocean, every one, 58 missiles, 58 hits. It's incredible technology. What we have is so incredible, so lethal. Not that we want to do it, but so lethal. But that was done because Syria, Assad, used chemical gases on children. And we had to do that. Had President Obama gone over the red line, I think you maybe would have had a different story in the Middle East. I really believe that. But he didn't do that. But we did. And so I told him, sitting at Mar-a-Lago at dinner,
eating chocolate cake.
I said, either he's going to leave or we're going to still be friends. But he didn't leave. But he understood. He really understood. He doesn't want to see that. Well, I think he really did, because he knew that a lot of people and a lot of children were killed by gas.
Yeah.
And he fully understood.
I know you have a lot to do. Mr. President, thanks for being so generous with your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.